Have you ever wondered where water comes from or where it goes when it goes down the drain? This is Don't Eat Yellow Snow by Jacob, Romero, William, and Hunter. Well, the Earth has 326 quintillion gallons of water, and 97% of that is salt water in the oceans and undrinkable by humans. 2% is frozen in glaciers, which leaves only 1% of the Earth's water for 7 billion humans to use. Some of the most common sources of fresh water include precipitation, lakes, rivers, groundwater, and wetlands. Water is constantly recycled by something called the water cycle. Water cycle can begin anywhere. Water evaporates, it changes from a liquid to a gas. It condenses into water droplets that form clouds. Water can precipitate onto the ground as rain, snow, or sleet. Because water is constantly recycled around the earth, it is very likely that we all have been touched by water that has been part of another living thing. That leads to the second big idea. We are made from recycled water. We are touched by something ancient. A lot of water that lands on the ground from precipitation ends up soaking in the groundwater and forming groundwater. It will sink down through the pore spaces until it hits an empirical layer. Empirical means that water cannot pass through it. Water itself is an interesting molecule. The chemical formula for water is H2O. That means water has 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. A water molecule looks a lot like Mickey Mouse. With the hydrogen looking like ears, water also has magnetic poles. The positive end is near the hydrogen, and the negative end is near the oxygen. This makes water a polar molecule. Some of the major sources of groundwater pollution included underground storage tanks like septic tanks or gas tanks. Nuclear waste buried underground is also a risky thing. If landfills are not properly maintained, they can lead to contamination, as can larger scale farms. On the surface, pollution comes mainly from urban runoff. When it comes to bottled water, there is very little difference between and tap or well water. Plastic bottles take 400 to 1,000 years to dissolve, and with only 27% being recycled, we have a problem. Plastic has been found inside dead animals, even a large island of plastic garbage collecting in the Pacific Ocean. It seems silly to be drinking bottled water when it does so much damage, costs so much money, and has very little benefit. This leads to the final big idea. A clever person can solve a problem, but a wise person avoids it.